come forward and come after you, you are not strong enough and you do not box well enough to keep me off of you. Because I can street fight, I can just come in and brawl. I decide to come forward and come after you, you are not strong enough and you do not box well enough to keep me off of you. Because I can street fight, I can just come in and brawl. I decide to come forward and come after you. I think that if it's promoted right, do a little TV show to go along with it, build up the fight, share her story, get people excited. I think because of the fact that I bring the mainstream, the outside of boxing art, I think that if it's promoted right, do a little TV show to go along with it, build up the fight, share her story, get people excited. I think because of the fact that I bring the mainstream, the outside of boxing art, I think that if it's promoted right, do a little TV show to go along with it, build up the fight, share her story, get people excited. I think because of the fact that I bring the mainstream, the outside of boxing art, I think that if it's I remember when I started fighting, everyone was like, oh, she's a pretty girl. Oh, she's Muhammad Ali's daughter. Oh, she can't fight. Oh, she's just in it for publicity, whatever their thought was. But they didn't really realize what I had been through. They didn't realize I had been a fighter all my life. They also underestimated I am Muhammad Ali's daughter. I do have that same, DNA. And I'm also a big girl. I'm a strong girl, a confident girl. And I'm very ambitious, meaning I'm going to do the work. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to find the best trainers. You don't want to have to face me in the ring. Trust me, you don't. Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even going to have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it. Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even going to have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it. We dance right here in front of Mom, get her to dance back.
Now, good morning, y'all. Good afternoon. Good evening to you. Hey, let's have a crazy conversation in the mental house. Welcome to it. With me, your host, Khadija.
We're not even going to have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
Yeah, I know. I want to first and foremost say I hope you all have had a great weekend.
In 3 minutes.
Hope your weekend. I'm trying to stop this thing, y'all. Okay. I hope you all have had a great weekend. I know I have. I really, really want to address this because I feel like deja vu. Especially when it comes to my little sister, Laila. Okay? Actually, when it comes to my little niece, I should put it like that. First and foremost, I want to say I'm glad I'm back. I want to get involved with this one right here because this right here, to me, is the same trap that was set for your father over 40 years ago. Now, you might be saying, what am I talking about? That is the money people, the money bags, the money game. They coming at Laila saying that, taking her from her own words, that she would take about 8 or 9 months or 8 months to get together, and then she would fight Clarissa because she has to weigh in the training and get into the fight mindset and all of those things. However, that was 5 years ago when she said that. All those little clips I just played for you were 5 years ago, at least. Some a little bit more. You, Laila, and I hope you hear this. I hope somebody send this to you. You are definitely your daddy's daughter. Ain't no doubt about it. You his daughter all the way. The crazy gene that y'all both got. he has it, and he done passed that crazy gene on to you, baby. I'm talking about the I'm I'm talking about the Louisville crazy. Now let me just say this, and this is no disrespect because I love both of these women fighters. The first thing I want to address is Belinda saying that she wants Clarissa to kick Layla's ass. Okay, I want to address that. And Kalila, even though you a little older than me, I want you to know that, that was disrespectful. That girl don't have nothing to do with how she got here. Okay? Now if you want to step in the ring with her mama, then that's different. But for you to say some shit like what you said about Veronica, which is her mom, and I've met you too, Kalila. This is Khadijah talking to you over here in Milwaukee. I'm saying it was cruel. It was cruel because, in my opinion, what you said was out of line. It was out of line. You want her to get her ass kicked. You want Layla to get her ass kicked because Layla's mama slept with Muhammad. Okay? And Muhammad had free will to do what he wanted to do with his photo. Photo. Okay? And he put it just where he wanted it. That had nothing to do with Layla. And as a seasoned sister, you shouldn't say that. And of course, y'all kids, uh, uh, those are her siblings. She's not close with any of them, but out speaking from out of her own mouth. So I thought it was very out of order for you to be sitting up in Clarissa's place, her what was it, weigh in and start talking about that girl like that. That was just wrong. But anyway, let me get back to the subject at hand. Layla, I was at UWM in Milwaukee, and they talked your father into coming out of retirement to who to fight um Larry Holmes. I believe it was Larry Holmes. My brother and I were sitting in the audience. Um, my brother Jamil, we were sitting in the audience. But I believe it was Jamil. Anyway, I kept saying, "Oh my God, I hope he doesn't do this," because after the Foreman fight, and I was blessed enough to be able to see your daddy fight live, to see your father fight. I didn't see the Foreman fight live, of course, but I saw other fights. And at that point, we used to have, of course, what you call the pay-per-view. But the point I'm trying to make is he sat on the stage at UWM and he said that he would come out of retirement and he would fight. I believe it was Larry Holmes. It wasn't Trevor Burbick, so I know it must have been Larry Holmes. And at first he wasn't gonna say that. The questions kept being, but can you beat Larry Holmes? But can you beat Larry Holmes? And it was the same machine that's after you right now, Layla, throwing that money, throwing that money out there at you. And of course, I don't know your financial situation, but you seem to be doing better than most. But at the end of the day, that's a trap. And the trap is for you to say, yeah, I will get to training because it feel good, that money sound good, but you got teenagers now. And you've made the choice to do the mama thing. And not only that, time. Time. The same thing that caught up with your father. Time is going to make this a very extremely tough fight if you would take it. I wouldn't even entertain it. I would be like, you know what? I had my time and let Clarissa do what she do. I wish I could have met her in my prime because I believe I would have beat her ass. However, I realize my time is come and gone, and that's one of the hardest things for a fighter to deal with. And it just ain't. It's just that I can't make another comeback. Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, all, just go. Joe Frazier, keep going. All of them. Ron Lyle, Ernie Shavers, every boxer, Ken Norton, everybody wanted to make that comeback, and a lot of them end up being brain damaged. For real, for real. Don't do it. And I know that money sounds good because I ain't never had that many numbers, zeros dropped on me. And like you said, they got to call you personally. All this other stuff is just, you know, theater. However, somebody out here, one of these colonizers got the money. You already know. They got it because they stole it from us. So I'm just saying, be mindful and aware of that fact that you had your time. And don't let them talk you into um, trying to take the beating that they wanted your father to take. Okay? He paid a dear price for just having that crazy gene. And no matter how much I prayed that he wouldn't take that fight with Larry Holmes, he took it, and the rest is history. So I just want you to know, as those of us who love you, who've known you since you were born, and if we didn't know you personally, we knew of you. We knew of your story, of you and Hannah. We knew it. Y'all two girls that belonged to Muhammad. And we knew that was a good one, and we knew it was a bad one. And the bad one was you, Laila. But I think this one is a little bit beyond your reach. I don't think you bad enough for this one. And I do believe it. Although I got all kinds of faith in you, I just think this is a little bit too much. At this age, with your relaxed life, you've been raising Connie Corsos. I seen you pick up a dog from a friend of mine, Erica. Uh, well, not actually a friend, but an acquaintance. So I I'm saying to myself, you in a whole different lane. You growing your own, you got a nice garden. Stay away from that other shit. Because you don't need it no more and you had your time. And don't let them talk you into it, okay? Now, that's my comment. I know a lot of y'all might disagree with me, but leave your comment. And if any of y'all know Laila out there, please send her this video and let the chips fall where they may. Be blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.